What should I expect at closing? It's the moment you've been waiting for, right? You've been searching for houses for a couple of months. You've gone under contract. You've had the home inspection, the appraisal. You've sent your lender every document that you ever could think of, and some you didn't even know if they existed or not. And now we've done the final walkthrough, and you're ready to take ownership of the house. So here's what to expect. If you're a buyer, at least here in Illinois, you'll have your attorney with you. I should say at least here in Illinois, in the Chicagoland area, you'll typically have your attorney with you. They will go through all of the lender documents. And there's a lot of them. There's, 70 something plus pages sometimes of documents that you have to sign, that the attorney will explain to you, review with you, make sure that you're fully understanding of them all. It boils down to make sure you make your payments on time, make sure you keep insurance on the house, and don't do anything illegal or have any hazardous substances on the property. And you'll hear that probably 3 or 4 times each as you're signing everything. You'll also get a very sad document that'll show you every payment that you'll make over the 30 years, 360 payments, and how much your total principal balance will go down after each payment. So it usually takes about 30 to 40 minutes to go through and sign all of the documents that the lender requires. The title company will send off those documents to the lender for review. Then the seller will have had some documents that they signed, the deed, they'll have the survey for you to review with your attorney, and a few other documents as well, like the bill of sale transferring you all the personal property, like the refrigerator and things like that. So you sign that, you keep those copies, and then we just kind of sit and wait. It's the waiting game as we're waiting for the lender to review and make sure you signed everywhere you needed to sign, you initialed everything you needed to initial, your signature was consistent and correct, and if you used a middle initial where you weren't supposed to, you may have to go back and make some changes. But then once the lender says, hey, everything's approved, the title company closer comes back in and you get the keys and the house is yours. In Illinois, once we get that funding approval, you take ownership of the house that day. If you're the seller, it's much simpler. And I would say 9.5 times out of 10, at least here in the Chicagoland area of Illinois, the sellers don't even go to the closing. They'll meet with their attorney about a week ahead of closing, sign a couple documents that they have to sign. They'll sign a limited power of attorney with their attorney, and the seller's attorney a lot of times now, after COVID, doesn't even go to the closing. They just drop off all those pre-signed documents with the title company, and then we'll sign everything else from their office or from a different location. So the seller side is very simple, and the buyer side has all of the mortgage documents and things like that. It usually takes now about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, if things are going pretty well. I had one the other day. It took 30 minutes, which I think was the record for having one with a mortgage. But that's what to expect. A lot of signing of documents and then some waiting around for the lender to put the final stamp on approval. And then again, if you're the seller, you're just waiting for the phone call that says, hey, closing's done. Come pick up your check.